never stop grinding. This is an expression that many people use, but at the same time, it's truly impossible to live if someone's taking the literal meaning of that saying. For someone to never stop grinding, they would have to never sleep, never eat, they would have to never take a break and never be able to recover. And though that's not actually what the saying means, and it's a bit of an exaggeration, I think some people embrace the grind a little bit too much, and then it results in them getting burnt out. And when people get burnt out, they're actually less productive. And today, I'm going to teach you guys how to avoid burnout going forward, to make sure that you guys are as productive as possible. And, equally as important, or more importantly, based on how you see it, how you get less stressed, or how you can reduce your stress. So let's just get straight into it. So tip number 1 is schedule when you work. All right, schedule when you are working, right? Like full focus, no, TikTok, no Instagram, no whatever, right? And also schedule when you take breaks. And when you take breaks, keep in mind what you need to do to recover. Now let me explain what recovering is in the context that I'm using it. Recovering is basically, like getting yourself back into it, right? And making sure that you're ready to do more work without feeling exhausted after. So examples of what people can do for rest periods is or recovery periods, is that they can eat a quick snack, they can drink water, they can exercise, maybe they can take a quick nap if it's quick, and if you know that you won't spend like 4 hours, right? And the thing is that optimal rest periods look differently for everyone. So you need to find out what you need to recover, so that way you can get back on your grind and complete what you need to complete, right? And, personally, if, I would consider a short rest to be about 5 minutes to 20 minutes, somewhere in between that range. And anything past that's a bit longer. That's what I would define it as. And basically, for a short rest, right? You don't want to like get into doing anything, that you can spend hours on. So for example, you don't want to, unless you can cook like a really quick meal and like eat it while you're working, you don't want to like cook a big meal, or you don't want to start playing like a video game that you can't leave, right? Like a competitive video game where you get penalized for like leaving mid-game or something like that, right? And if it's a longer rest, then, what I do personally is then I go in the video games, right? And a longer rest is probably, an hour plus, right? And you want to be careful taking too long of rest, because then you could crunch yourself for time, right? Crunch yourself for time. What am I saying? You could force yourself to work on a time crunch, and as a result, you would be more likely to feel burned out. And that brings me to my next point with scheduling. Point number 2 is that the thing is, right? If someone does 12 hours of work in one day, it's more likely that they will get less done in that day than if they do 1 hour of work for 12 days. Now, not everyone has the luxury of time. And the thing is that not everyone's able to work in those time constraints. But that's when, not everyone's that flexible. Not everyone has like such a flexible schedule. So that's when the rest breaks come in. When you can't necessarily do, a certain amount of work like every day, right? Then, when it's hard to spread out, a large amount of work across days, right? Like let's say you have to do, I don't know, what would be equivalent to 20 hours of work. If you do that for, 20 days, not everyone has 20 days, right? Some people have 5 days. So what's important is that you take those rest breaks to make sure you recover and to make sure you don't burn out and that you're, hungry or you don't get sleep, right? And then once you recover, you're less likely to burn out, and then you can consistently do that work. And then that brings me to my third point, is to be consistent. And again, it's like some people, right? For example, if they go to the gym, they work out really, really hard for one day and then they don't work out for a few days, right? And it's fine to, I guess, like take like one rest day every so often, right? Or just to take like rest days in general for working out. That's not a problem, but people are more affected by being consistent. It's like the story with, the little turtle and the hare, or like a rabbit. You guys could think of the animal as, right? Well, hares and rabbits are different, but you get the point. The turtle is consistent. They continuously try to get to the finish line, whereas the hare is, like depicted as being cocky. Not saying you're cocky if you do like short bursts of work, but the hare can do a lot of work in short periods of time and then they just stop, right? And, let's pretend the hare got burnt out really easily, right? Instead of just being overconfident. The reason why the turtle won the race is because, or would win the race, metaphorically speaking, is because they're consistent. Because people get more done through consistency than through doing a short burst of work, right? Or doing a long burst of work, or like a lot of work in a short burst of time, I should say. And about sleep, right? Something else with the recovery periods, and this is kind of related, or this is my third point in and of itself, is when you get more sleep, you want to make sure you sleep for at least 8 hours a night. If you are a teenager, right? Like for me, for instance, I'm 16, so like I need to get 8 hours of sleep, and even if I get like 6 or 7, like right now, like I feel burnt out, man, and that's when scheduling comes in handy. So I know what to do, throughout my day, and I don't waste time, and I don't, go to bed too late because I feel like, I ran out of time so fast, when in reality, I wasted a lot of time that I didn't even realize. And 7 hours a night if you're an adult. And more sleep can be done through reducing your screen time. And this brings me to my fourth point and final point. You don't want to spend too much time on your phone, because especially when you're on something like TikTok or something, right? Or Instagram. TikTok especially. Now, I don't want to bring my bias into it, and because like I don't really care for TikTok, right? I don't like the app. I don't care for it, but that's beside the point. I think it's super addictive. But basically, it's like people, when they reduce their screen time, right, they're not like absorbing all the media on their phone. So it's like their minds are clearer, I find, right? Like whenever I'm on like YouTube for a bunch of time, right, like especially when I don't have anything to do and I'm just on there, like after that I feel like a zombie, really, right? Like, and especially if it's YouTube Shorts, which are like TikToks, right? Like I don't even realize that I'm on it, and I can't remember the things. It's just filling my brain with, like unnecessary things. And then I can't focus. And also as a result, I can't sleep. So, and the reason why, you might hear people say, oh, like, don't turn on your phone when you're going to go to bed. There's a reason for that. Turning on your phone tricks your brain into thinking that it's daytime because of the bright light, right? It's similar to the sun. Our brains can't tell the difference. And since it tricks our brains into thinking it's daytime, your brain wants to stay awake. And that's why you want to minimize your screen time when possible. And when you minimize your screen time and get more sleep, you can get more work done. And when you get work done more efficiently, you don't feel as burnt out because you don't have to work for as long. And when you don't feel burnt out, you feel less stressed, and then you can do other things, and then a bunch of things. And the thing is that if someone has a lot of work to do and they're unable to really schedule it, right? The best thing that they can do, if they can't space out the work, if they can't get extra sleep or anything, is to just say it'll be done with soon, right? You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you have to keep going. Because if you can't schedule it, then you have to have faith in yourself that you'll do a good job at whatever you're working on, and that, once you get that work done, you'll be able to rest, right? And once you have that, that'll give you motivation, and then you'll be less likely to get burnt out because you have that motivation. So yeah, guys, that's my tips. Those are my tips for today. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay awesome. We evolve together. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed my videos, you know, like either this one or whichever one, you know, because it really supports me. You know, this is my dream, man. You know, I love to help people. I love to, you know, inspire people, teach people, you know, get them to be the best versions of themselves that they can be, and whilst I'm doing the same. But yeah, guys, I love you all. Really, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay awesome. Please leave a like and subscribe. You know, it helps me more than you guys will ever know. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.